Alright, greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to episode 2 of Exo Plays Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Game Boy Advance. In the last episode, we had a rather lengthy 40-minute introduction to the series, and I need to be much more careful about pacing out these episodes because, I think what I'm going to do to cover my arse in that situation is to call that an extended preview, but in any case, we are back, and we're going to start out Crocodile Culture in the second world in the game with Crocodile, or Hothead Bop, or Hothead Hop? Hothead Hop is the name of the stage, and Hothead Bop is the name of the track that plays. But yeah, at any rate, volcano levels in a Donkey Kong Country game. This would be the first time we've seen a fire-themed like the theming in this game is so much more diverse than the first game in pretty much every way. There's our golden feather for the stage. Cause you know, the first game it was mostly caves, forests, jungles, mountains, mines. That was pretty much it. And there was a snowy theme. That's about as diverse as it got. With this game, starting out with pirate ships themed, and now we're moving on to a volcano, which is pretty damn cool. And it's kind of interesting that the volcano is kind of like at the base of the mountain. One of my most favorite things about Donkey Kong Country 2, especially compared to all the sequels and compared to other platformers, is I like the sense of progression in the game. You start out at the bottom of this giant mountain, and it gets more and more intense the farther you get up and the farther you go along, which is really satisfying for me. The tension keeps ratcheting up, and that's something I appreciate. And I just recently finished the first Crash Bandicoot game for the first time as of recording this. And I gotta say, I'm not really impressed with the remake. I have half a mind to include it in the mediocre marathon, actually, because holy shit, people were not kidding. The controls in the remake are fucking abysmal. But beyond that, the final island in the game, the one with Cortex and Brio's lab, reminds me a lot of the final world in this game, just in terms of you're climbing up this giant mountain, and at the top there's this castle, this sinister looking castle, and the tension keeps ratcheting up as you get farther along. I don't know, honestly I think this game does a little better because it doesn't try to split it into 3 islands, but it's just kind of an interesting similarity I noticed. But I almost forgot to mention, we're riding another animal buddy here. We were introduced to Squitter in the previous stage. Squitter is, Rambi. We saw Rambi and Radley in the first world. And this is Squitter, which is one of the new animal buddies for Donkey Kong Country 2, who will be reappearing in the third game as well. And his gimmick is that he can create platforms in midair. Whereas Rambi is just basically God mode to kill a bunch of enemies really easily, and that's always fun. But Squitter, he's got some pretty cool platforming. We'll be seeing more of that later on in the game. Donkey Kong Country 2 will be increasing the importance of the animal buddies as we go forward, but for the most part, you're not dumped into it right away, where you have to know, it starts off as kind of a cool power-up for a stage, and then it becomes its own playstyle later on. Kongs, I've got some amazing star prizes just waiting to be won! And we'll start off with Cranky's challenge. What is the name of the first lava level on this area of the island? Boiler Curfew. What is Hothead Hop? By the way, this screen is completely new for the remake of the game. And the original, it was in a completely different setting, and there was no Candy Kong. They added in Candy Kong for the remake, and I think they actually created a new character model for her. But that said, what is the name of this area of the island? And that would be, what is Krocodile Kauldron? How many times did you have to hit the end of area giant bird to kill him? What is 4 times? That's our first quiz done and over with. And by the way, you do have to do this to get 102%, so even in the original, actually. What colors were the crocodile heads you jumped on in the first lava level? This one they actually changed. In the original, it was green and brown. They changed it to green and red. What is an extra lives balloon-colored red worth? That would be 1 life. Excluding the end of area boss, how many levels were there on the first area of the island? That would be 5. And if you want to double check on that, you can use your level stats screen. 3 out of 3, you're pretty good at this. How many banana bunches would you have to collect to get an extra life? So each one's worth 10 a pop, so what is 10? Where did the beetle first appear during the first area of the island? That would be Mainbrace Mayhem. What is the name of Diddy's ponytailed girlfriend? That would be Dixie. And with that, I realize I haven't even talked about the difference between these two characters gameplay-wise. Oh, correct, folks! Didn't they do well? I'll have even better prizes next time! Alright, we're done with that bonus bonanza. We're done that bonanza. Heading on to Cannon's Claim. And I've gotta say, I don't know how I have not mentioned this yet, but Donkey Kong Country 2 has one of my all-time favorite video game soundtracks, and this right here is one of my favorites in the game. It's called The Mining Melancholy, I think is the proper title. By the way, the DK coins down is in a bonus room for some reason. This is the only stage in the game that does that, so make sure you nab that while you can. Like, I know the bonus rooms and the DK coins like the back of my hand, but I might have some trouble with some of the scrapbook photos and golden feathers, so we'll see about that. And yeah, so this is the name of that guy right there is the namesake of the level. That was Cannon, and there are several different kinds of cannons. Some of them shoot cannonballs, others shoot barrels like that guy does, so it's a little bit different every time. And fun fact about Cannon, as I think he's actually meant to be sort of a reskin of Clump from the original game. Clump was the general-looking Kremling with the fat belly, who Diddy could only kill by rolling. But as you can see, Cannon and Clump look pretty similar. There's a color difference, obviously, but that's about it. And as you can see, that's our team-up move coming in useful. And I can't believe that hit me, that the hitbox is generous. What is this? Crash Insane trilogy with bad hitboxes? I kid, but we're here. And it's just every level in this game does something different. Which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Because, like, I don't know, I hate to keep picking on Crash, but that game does something similar to this series where there will be like different kinds of levels. Like there will be bridge levels, hog levels, blackout levels, toxic waste levels. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you compare the two, God, what was that one? There's like one level that's called Mechanical Something, and it's like the first level in Pinstripes section of the game, where there are like sort of 5 levels back to back in a factory power plant sort of area. The first level is like called Mechanical Something or other, and I think it was actually the first level that Ruben and Gavin designed for the game. And you know, that level is actually, I don't know, I feel like the levels in that game, theme-wise, are more similar to each other than they are in this game. Like, if you compare Lost City to Sunset Vista, you know, it's the same set pieces rearranged in different ways, is what I'm saying. Whereas in this game, every single level does something new. There's a new animal buddy to play with, there's a new stage gimmick, there's a new enemy, there's always something new. And it keeps the game fresh and interesting throughout. And one thing you'll have noticed about the bonus rooms in this game is, for one thing, they're a lot easier to find. In the original, most of them were hidden in breakable walls, which is fine. There were some that were hidden in barrels that would blast you off screen. In this game, most of them are in barrels. Like, there will be bonus barrels lying around the stage, and then when you go in, you'll be teleported to a bonus room. And here we are with Funky's Flights. We have our second minigame with him. Everything's cool, guys. You looking ready to ride and catch some clouds? Whoa, dude, you back again? I have just the job for you, but you must learn to fly using advanced controls. Pressing the R button will lock your facing direction, allowing you to shoot while moving backwards. Press the L button will make the copter face forward, useful in tight situations. One thing though, while in this mode you can only drop bombs. Submerged stint. I need you to take a chest on the second landing zone. There's one problem, the way ahead is flooded. The gyrocopter can only hold so much air, so keep a close eye on the gauge in the bottom of the screen. Press select to release the winch, it will automatically hook onto the chest. Press select again to retract the winch. One more thing, you'll need to pick up some ammo packs and blast your way through any blockages. This is a long haul mission, I filled her up to the max. You have 10 minutes of flying time, don't waste it. Alright, this is our second funky section in the game. There are 2 landing zones in the stage, and we're going to use our winch here to basically haul this treasure chest to the other end of the stage. And so this is the point where, because you know the first stage was basically just a way to introduce you to the controls. There we are. So those are time bonuses. So the one thing that it does kind of admittedly annoy me about these stages is that if you die, you don't have to redo the whole thing. Which sounds like kind of a weird complaint coming from me, because usually I don't like that kind of thing, but it makes the stages less challenging. Remove some of the... Yeah, those are totally NIDs from Donkey Kong Country 3. That's cool that they're in this game. But as you can see, you can hold right to basically strafe the copter back and forth. And if you hold L, you'll face forward, which will allow you to go down little shafts that are actually tighter than that. Those time bonuses will lower stage time that you have. Much like Sonic, the 2D Sonic games, you got those air bubbles you gotta look out for. And those will allow you to... Those will increase the air meter at the bottom of the screen, so that you can stay underwater for longer. You can also go back up to the surface to replenish your air supply. So you want to be grabbing these along the way. So that's what makes this mission can be kind of annoying, actually, is if your health bar runs out before you reach the end, the chest will stay where you died, so you basically have to backtrack through the whole level again to get back to where the chest is, and then just basically finish the stage from there. But at that point, it might as well just be, if you die, do the whole mission over again, because it's the same thing either way. You're just gonna get, you know, a shittier completion time that way. Yeah, unlike the Espresso Racing, there is no restart option. I'm not sure why, so if you have to quit and restart to try again, if, you know, something goes wrong. The strafing is helpful for shooting at the enemies, and for aiming at people. Oh, shit! Yeah, let's... So, I unintentionally... That's what happens when you don't pay attention, folks. So that's, yeah, that's like, just like I said, the chest is back where we died. So now all we're doing is backtracking through the stage back to where it was, and you know, at that point, you might as well quit and start over because it's the same thing. So we'll go back in and give it another stab. Mash your way through this. What is this, Alia from X5? The worst thing ever that ruins the game? Oh no, I can skip through it really fast. Yeah. That's what I think of that complaint. Did she need to be in the game? No, but is it the worst thing ever? Not even close. It's kind of the least of X5's problems, if you ask me, but I digress. So we're starting over, and it's, you know... you know, that happened to me last time. Like, I only have myself to blame for not paying attention to my error meter until it was too late. That's kind of an... Okay, where were those webs coming from? There was nothing there, and there were projectiles being shot at me. But that's another thing I hate about the winch missions, is that for the most part, the winch is pretty good at following you around, but if it gets stuck on a platform and stretches too thin, then it will just unhook, and then you have to go back and grab it again. There's one mission, the last mission of the gyrocopter missions is like the worst thing because of that. Like, because they basically have you hurrying out of a bunch of shafts really quickly. And if your winch gets hooked onto some... Are you kidding me, game? It's just... Yeah, so you evidently, if you hit certain enemies, you die in one hit. Like, this is one of my... The other missions after this are more like you have this big open area and you fly around and complete objectives. There are only a few stages in the game that involve long linear sections like this, in terms of gyrocopter missions. And I swear I did practice this. I was hoping that I'd be playing better now because of my practice playthrough, but evidently I just suck at them. Alright, this time we're going to shoot the motherfucking thing. And that's all there is to it, apparently. Alright. This time I'm gonna make sure I'm heeding my own advice and paying attention to the bubbles. No. Yeah, so I guess the idea of these stages is that, you know, in addition to them just being kind of a straightforward challenge, little challenge you complete, much like the Funkies, how the Funkies fishing had like a high score thing you could do, this game has, you know, times on it. So you're supposed to, the idea is that you're meant to grab all those little time bonus things so that you can complete the stage as quickly as possible, and that's meant to add a little bit of replay value. So you know that's there. Like I said, I think this is one of the worst missions in the game, honestly, because I like the ones that are kind of more go around the level and find the thing rather than go through this long stretch, because the difficulty design, like this whole thing of you die, you go all the way back to the beginning, but you don't restart the mission, makes more sense for that kind of thing just because of how the level is laid out. Here, it doesn't really... I feel like this is one of the weaker missions. It's not the worst thing ever, but, you know, later missions I think are more enjoyable, so, yeah. Just as long as we're here in the water area, I do think it's... Alright. Why did I do that? I will cut back, folks. Alright, and we're back, pretty much. This time I'm gonna take care to actually shoot these fuckers before I get too close. Because that was ridiculous. Yeah, take that. I don't know, I guess I could go this way. Looks like we have some time bonuses. And I did accidentally restart the mission. So... Oh boy. I feel like you do get maybe a little bit more stability out of your flight, if you're holding the button. Looks like we have some extra stuff down there. There's also a bomb that you can drop on enemies that are below you, but surely I'll be showing that off in a later stage, so... Alright. Finally, we are done. Holy shit. I swear to God, this mission is much simpler and more straightforward than I made it look just now. You can blame the Let's Play curse for that one. Well done, guys, you did it. The chest is still in one piece. Thanks for your help. Take this hero coin. So yeah, hero coins are tied to the game's best ending. So as you can tell in this version of the game, in order to get the best ending, you will need to be doing all the side quests like I just showed off. We should have time for at least one more level before we can cut things off, you know, so. This is Lava Lagoon. Or, I don't know, I felt tempted just now to call it Lava Legumbre. And any Spanish-speaking members of the audience will be like, what? But got a couple of banana coins hidden down there. Those are things that will be coming back for the Return series, actually, which is kind of strange because those games seem to delight in removing things that people, you know, people associate with the series, like having a bunch of Kong family members that you can visit. Like, it gets boiled down to just one who has a shop. Kind of surprised they bothered dredging up the banana coins for the new games, but I digress. So here, hold left, and you can get another coin there. And up there you can see there's a invincibility barrel that they added to this version. I don't believe that barrel is in the original version. Let's see. Got another banana coin up there. We're gonna be needing plenty of those if I'm gonna be buying all the hints, like I said I was. And we've already done the, I wonder if, is there anything down there? I've never bothered looking. Nope. So this is Clapper the Seal. He's another animal buddy. He's a little bit more limited than some of the other guys. And we have our hidden on guard for the stage over there. We can take care of those puff tuffs. Or annoying enemies, in my opinion. Jesus. The only problem with going after on guard is that if you do, then it increases the odds that you're gonna get killed by the lava. That's the gimmick of the stage, is that Clapper's spit will somehow make the lava go away. It's amazing what seal spit can do. And but you guys haven't even seen the half of it yet. That's only the tip of the iceberg. I swear there was something down there. Come on, it was probably just a Kong letter, and if it's something more important, we'll go back for it. Because if I tried to go back in, then the lava would have probably killed me, and we don't want that. Alright, so this bonus room is just another destroy them all game, where you just basically go through and kill them all real quick. And you know what? That's what I like about the DKC2 bonus rooms compared to the other games, is you're not wasting your time doing menial tasks that take forever and that you often need more than one try to do. Unlike the third game. In Donkey Kong Country 3, I swear, you know, they tried to make the bonus rooms harder, which in itself isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it slows the pace down. Like, in this game, when you go through bonus rooms, you know, the challenge and the appeal is finding them, not necessarily completing them. For the most part, in terms of complexity and what you do in them, they're not that much more complicated than the ones from the first game were. And I'm gonna get killed. I almost made it. Well, I guess we'll get to find out what was back there that we missed. Alright, bust out here. By the way, I love these guys. They're called kaboings. They were hopping critters in the original game that were just... I don't know, I don't think they had a special name. They were just called critters. And like the other critters, they jumped. That was their gimmick. I believe one of our Kong letters is up. No, we got a banana coin. Another banana coin and our Kong letter. Okay. And I'm not allowed to go back, of course. I don't remember if it was like that in the original or not, but there are a couple moments in these levels where they do that. So click-clacks are kind of annoying enemies if you try to jump on them because they'll flip over and then you can pick them up, but not really much use in picking them up. So I just recommend rolling through them. Your roll is such a valuable attack in this game. So, yeah, I already got the feather, so all we got left is the DK coin, which is over this way. You'll grab that invincibility barrel there, and you can swim up through this lava. And that's it. That's all she wrote. And yeah, missed the balloon there, but there will be plenty more balloons where that came from, my lovelies. Alright, and I think that's all we're gonna do for today, folks. So join me next time in part 3, and we'll continue our trek through Krocodile Kauldron, and maybe show off some of the other side quests in the game. So, yeah, until then, I'm Exo Paradigm Gamer, and I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Or you're enjoying the playthrough and the episode and everything. So, yeah, see you guys.